Hey everybody, this is Joseph Pasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to MMA Ground and Pound, and welcome back to Mr. Bandwagon, Skyler. Yes, bandwagon of what? Are you now a fan of Conor McGregor? Are you a fan of John Bones Jones, who's retiring? Are you a fan of Jolton Joe, the president of the province of Canada? What are you bandwagoning? Did you jump off the bandwagon of the Maple Leafs? Are you on Edmonton's bandwagon? Clarify the situation.
Great questions. Thanks for having me, Joe. Nice to be here. So the root of that comes from me being a fan of the team or the fighter that I have bet on. So who's my favorite
so you're
team?
making bets on this. This is how you all right. So at the end of the show, I'm going to ask you for one bet. If you bet your house, your daughter, anything, it has to come through. But we're going to talk about UFC 316 this Saturday night. 10 p.m. it starts. The main pay-per-view starts at the Prudential Center in New York, in the United States, of course, home of the New Jersey Devils. Let's get to some of the early bouts here. Which bout in particular do you want to touch on? A couple of early prelims and then main prelims. So which bout do you want to touch on? Wang versus Da Silva?
Let's look at the card here, moving up a bit. I like Sergey Spivak.
Okay.
He is a guy I like watching, and he hasn't fought in a while, so he's coming back. That's a fight I like to see if he can move up. He was close there, getting towards a title shot, and he had one versus Aspinall. Didn't work out, but I like Sergey Spivak. Little battle against Waldo Cortez Acosta from the Dominican Republic.
Spivak is number 7, Acosta is number 11. And do you want to touch on Gustafsson versus Williams?
Gustafsson, this is his debut, is it, in the UFC?
Yes.
Should be exciting. Yeah, don't know too much about him, so I have to learn. We'll watch it. We'll see what he can do. See if the competition was high enough level that he comes over here and makes an impact. But yeah, that'll be a nice one to watch. See how that goes.
Okay, so let's get to the main. Sorry.
Yeah, just saying versus Cass Williams.
All right, let's get to the main sort of card here, and Kevin Holland comes back, and he's not going to take on Vincent there, number 14. Holland, he's up, down, up, down. What do you expect in this one?
Yeah, Holland fan favorite. Always exciting to watch a Kevin Holland fight. He's been on the losing end of a lot of fights lately. He's a 2.5+1 favorite against Luque, who's ranked 14. Holland's no longer ranked. I'm not sure where these odds come from. I would kind of lean towards Luque based on Holland's recent lack of success. But yeah, always exciting. Fan favorite Kevin Holland. Be nice to watch him again.
Right,
Very active.
Number 10 ranked Mario Batista versus Pachi Mix there. Who I'm mentioning is, fighters who had a name and they're coming back and all that. But what do you expect in this one?
So this is a real treat for Pachi Mix coming over to the UFC. He's been stellar, 20-1. Of those 20 wins, 13 by submission. That would be my call, Pachi by submission. But yeah, Batista's no slouch, so this should be a great fight. But definitely, we're in for a treat to get Pachi Mix over here finally. And yeah, I'm calling Pachi Mix by submission as my pick there.
All right. So a middleweight fight, Kevin Gastelum against Joe Vera. Who you got in this one?
You know what? This fight not too high on. Gastelum's a beast, though. Haven't watched a lot of Pfeiffer. I'm just gonna try and enjoy this one. He's almost a 4-1 favorite, Joe Pfeiffer. Yep. So we'll see what happens there. That's not one of my top fights to look at.
All right, so now we got the co-main event and main event, women's bantamweight title bout, and this is going to be good. I'm telling you right now, Julia Pena, the champ, versus Kayla Harrison, and Harrison comes in as the number 2 rank. Pena is the champion. It's going to be a slobber knocker.
Very excited for this fight. Yeah, Kayla Harrison is a beast. She is jacked, 18-1. Hasn't faced as much top-level competition as Julia Pena, but I like Kayla Harrison to continue her ascent, take the crown. My call is for her to win this fight, although it's going to be tough. So we'll have to see. Pena has the experience over her, but love Kayla Harrison and that jack physique she brings to the octagon.
All right, so it's time for the main event, and you still haven't made your pick here of your if you will have to bet the house on it, maybe you're gonna bet the house on the main event, the Vesvili against Sean O'Malley. If you're wrong, you're gonna have to do your hair like Sean O'Malley.
You know what? We're in for a treat here. This is super exciting that we get this rematch. Listening to Sean O'Malley in the press conference saying, he didn't want to make excuses, but he kind of had an excuse. He may not have been 100%. Merab may not have seen Sean O'Malley's best. O'Malley figures he did see Merab's best. I think this will be a close fight. Tough call. Sean O'Malley, puncher's chance versus the chain wrestling of Merab again. We'll see what happens. Some people think it was closer than it may have seemed, but last time they fought. But I think O'Malley will do better. I was all over Merab early on, but after listening to O'Malley and then how things have been going and how last fight went, this is a tough call. What a treat. We get to watch this fight again.
Who's your pick?
So originally I was on Merab. I have some Merab and some parlays that are still alive from the last few events going on. So either way, I'm going to be hedging. So I'll have to take some O'Malley regardless, how heavy or not I go. We'll see. But I'm kind of leaning towards O'Malley lately.
Like you said,
it's a tough call. I hate betting on these fights you just love both fighters. You want to watch it. I prefer not to bet when it's this good.
Like you said, this card's not the greatest, and I'm surprised because next week they have a UFC fight night, and Usman is on the card in the main event against Buckley there. So, and then another fight night, Hill versus Roundtree, and then we have UFC 317. Oliveira's up there again in UFC 318 in July. Third fight between Holloway and Poirier. The summer of UFC, put it that way. Are you looking forward to which fight are you looking forward to with all the cards that I mentioned?
Yeah, so if we go ahead to 317, I'll give you some picks here.
No, hold off. When in I think it's June 28th or something. I'll get you back here in about 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, here people who we're a sports network, right? Fired Up Network. So people want to know. There's two things going on in sports, right? The Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals, okay? So we have this question from Harvey. I don't know. It says Harvey, okay? So he wants to know Edmonton or Florida. Who's your pick?
I'm going to go with Edmonton here. They have the 1-0 lead, so it might be loaded, but I think they're going to get it done this time around after the heartbreak last year. Game 7, tough way to lose.
Yeah, they're doing it for Zakheim and the Jewish boy. And then Oklahoma City, Indiana Pacers. Yes, the smallest markets in the NBA have an NBA final. Of course, the MVP of the NBA is Canadian A. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, also a couple guys in Indiana are Canadian A. So do you expect – I'm going to go Oklahoma's going to win, but do you expect – it to be 6-7 games? And do you expect that Shea, he won the MVP. He won the MVP of the Western Conference Final. Does he cap this year one of the best Canadian years ever with a Larry O'B trophy and a Finals MVP?
Yeah, great points. I can't see that not happening. Just what a year for Shea. What a treat to have a top player in the NBA. Reminds you of the Nash days, no? Back when he was winning MVP in a row.
He's a soccer player, so come on.
Steve Nash, yeah, but SGA, you got to imagine they're going to win it. Heavily favored. It'd be a shock if they didn't. I'm going to say maybe 5-6 games.
All right.
6 games.
So
Oklahoma City.
We're coming back.
Shea, the MVP.
Yeah, we'll come back to the MMA world. So, again, it must be a good friend of yours, Harvey or something or other. So he wants to know, is Conor McGregor or John Jones done in the world of mixed martial arts?
Looks like John Jones is done. I don't think he wants to lose his perfect record against Tom Aspinall,
he's a monster, that guy.
He's a monster. He's younger. He's well-rounded. I don't know. You think John Jones is afraid to come back and take the risk?
I don't think he's afraid, but to be honest with you, everybody who, when they do these fights and all that, he maybe's holding out for 30 million, 40 million, 80 million. You never know, because Aspinall wants to fight. So it doesn't matter if they give him 2 million, he'll go into it. But John Jones, since this arguably could be one of his last fights or the last fight, he wants to be paid handsomely, 30, 40, 50. He wants to be paid like a Mitch Marner contract. Okay? So that's it. And for me, Mitch Marner doesn't deserve to be the highest paid player in the National Hockey. Never mind. All right. So you think John Jones is, but Conor McGregor, what do you think? You think he has one last run?
It seems like he wants to come back. It'd be nice to have him back. It would be what an event that would be. I'm not expecting it for either one of those guys to fight again, but we'll see. You're right. If we get the money for Jones, maybe that's what it's going to take. How could you turn down 30 mil, right?
Well,
by the way, I'll tell you, it is a shame that Aspinall has been waiting all this time. He's he should be fighting. He should have fought again, at least staying active.
This is the second time in as many years, because don't forget Francis Ngannou, they stripped him of the title. There was nobody there. Why did they just, okay, you don't want to go, John Jones, you don't want to fight? Okay, we're going to go to Francis, pay him $5 million instead of the $35 million that this guy wants. And that to me probably be just as good as a fight.
You saying bring back Francis to the UFC?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. If that could happen, yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Because I don't think they're
Aspinall, what a tough decision. You're going to wait for that big money fight, or you're going to stay active. It's like between a rock and a hard place.
Well, I think they're going to tell them, look, either you're going to, John Jones, this is, either you're going to fight by July 1st or not. Right? So that's it. You gotta face the music too, because it's not fair to Aspinall as well.
Oh, for sure. Maybe it's all jostling for position. You're right. It's about the money. It's gonna come on. We'll see. It'd be nice, the fans need that fight. That's going to be one of the best heavyweight fights of all time. Aspinall Jones. It would be a shame if it doesn't happen.
Yeah. All right. So again, UFC 316 happens this Saturday. The main card, pay-per-view card, happens at 10 p.m. from the Prudential Center, home of the New Jersey Devils. That's Mr. Bandwagon. Do you want to tell anybody how to get a hold of you, or once you make the money, you should tell them? Okay. Once you make, right now, you haven't made me butt kiss. That means kiss butt. Nothing. Zilch. Nada. Double donut.
Gotta make you some money. Let's go Patchy Mix to win the fight. Anyway, no specific. I know I said submission. Patchy Mix to win. And I'll give Vicente Luke to beat Kevin Holland.
All right, those two.
And, we'll take Sergey Spivak to beat Waldo Cortez Acosta.
And you don't want to say about the main event, O'Malley, because I really want to see you with yellow hair, like a good.
Oh my gosh! Well, okay, I'll tell you, I do have Merab at the end of some parlays, so I need him to win for the money. In which case, because O'Malley's such a nice underdog, it'll be a good hedging opportunity. The question is, how far do I hedge? I've been leaning towards O'Malley lately, so this is a win-win for me.
So here, I'm going to ask you this question. You mentioned hedge, and you mentioned, do you watch the fights from a betting perspective, or do you watch the fights because you're a fan? Or maybe it is both.
Both. I love UFC. It's become my favorite sporting event, and I love the betting on UFC.
It looks like you money. Look at that conference. Never invited me there. Nothing. Like, come on, we have to have some lunch there in that conference. How big is that conference?
We got to get you over here.
Wow.
You're always welcome.
Or is it Paris? I don't know. All right. That's the Mr. Bandwagon previewing UFC 316. He'll be back towards the end of the month to preview UFC 317. And if there's any big news in the MMA world, he'll be back sooner. Enjoy the fights, Skyler, and make me some shekels. All right?
All right. Love it. Thank you so much for having me, Joe. Been a pleasure. All the best. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Skyler.
Take care.